Today, the basketball community mourns. Hall of Famer, four-time Defensive Player of the Year, Dikembe Mutombo has passed away at the age of 58. 18 seasons in the NBA was just some of his impact on the game of basketball. Welcome to Media Day presented by AT&T. We're here to take you around the league as we hear from teams and talk to reporters on the scene. Chris Miles here with Brendan Haywood and Greg Anthony. We start with somber news that NBA Global Ambassador Dikembe Mutombo has passed away. GA, you were in that same draft class in 1991. So can you take us back throughout your career and who Dikembe Mutombo was as a person?
Wow, it's a really sad day. You know, Dikembe was one of the kindest, most thoughtful human beings I'd ever met. And I had the opportunity, even before the draft, I used to spend my summers on the Hill when I was at UNLV. And, you know, he was obviously with Georgetown and Lonzo, so I got to spend a lot of time with him during the summer. And this is when he had just come over from his native land. And you know, he was just a beacon of light. He just was always positive, always optimistic. He had this incredible laugh, and it really kind of carried him throughout his career. And, you know, he was just a thoughtful human being. And it's, you know, he's just taken far too soon. You know, 58 years old. In essence, we're the same age. And, you know, he was such a powerful and impactful player, but even more so as a person. When you look at all of the humanitarian work he's done in his native land, the things that he's done stateside, the way he's conducted himself, he has been such an incredible representative of our sport and of our game.
Brendan, I see the resume, right? By the time you enter the league, a lot of that had already happened, right? He was a certified Hall of Famer. But when you stepped onto the court, knowing that was already his legacy, what do you remember about playing against Dikembe Mutombo?
I just remember him just being, first of all, like Greg said, just a great person. Wasn't out there talking a lot. Just his teammates always have positive things to say about it. That's the true testament to who you are as a player. No matter what team he played for, no matter what teammates you ask, it's always positive when they talked about Dikembe, what type of great person he was, how he would help the young guys. Like you talk about how he gave back to his community and his homeland and how he spent time. You always heard nothing but positivity from players to coaches about what type of person, what type of man he was. And on the court, we know he was a defensive force. I remember going out there trying to get shots up over Mutombo. I tell you what, it was a very hard thing to do just because he could just, it's almost like he was blotting out the sun sometimes. The arms were long. He had great defensive presence. I mean, defensively, he was truly one of the better defensive bigs to ever come through this league. So he's left his mark on this league. But what he did off the court, to Greg's point, that is what truly made him special. He was a better human being than he was a basketball player.